In this studio here, we have a young individual, Mr. Joel N.R. Powell. Is that better? That's better. Yeah, all right, you like that intro there.
True.
All right, so Joel, you're doing a movie.
Yes.
A movie explaining empowerment through awareness, correct?
Yep.
Describe that in full detail for the masses out there.
Well, the film Empowerment Through Awareness is based on my book.
Your book?
Yes, called Black Empowerment and Minority Issues.
Okay.
And what we did with the book was we flipped it into a full featured film, a documentary, where we discussed in depth the people about the 7 chapters in the book. So in the book we discuss family, employment, faith, health, finance, relationships, and the law. So we brought people together from parts of the community, black, white, everybody, and we kind of just put together a sit-down, kind of like an A&E special.
Okay.
Of me asking these people questions about those subject matters and how it's affecting their lives and the community around them and how we can better it.
All right. Now, this book, does it, how could I say, does it choreography with actual stories that people are actually going through, or is it just, you know, you talk to somebody, they gave you a scenario, was it an actual, you know, incident that particularly took place that you have to describe further on in the book than over to the movie?
Well, basically, what happened with the book is, before I wrote the book, I interviewed several people about experiences that they went through.
Okay, so they personally went through these experiences.
Plus
okay.
situations that I went through, plus situations that I've seen people in the community going through statistics, through research, and you understand that there's a very bad stigma around these 7 issues. That's why when I put together the film basically complemented the book.
Let me ask you something. Obviously, these people that you went to did not know each other. Did they know that you were writing about the book?
No.
How well or how connected were these stories from these different individuals that you found yourself involved with?
Well, basically, I'll give you an example. Chapter 7 of the book is called Respecting and Understanding the Law.
Yes.
I interviewed a police officer.
Yes.
About the stigmas of how visible minorities are treated by police.
Correct.
And he gave me an in-depth rundown about the stereotypes that we all talk about.
Was he honest in his...
Yes,
did he give you both sides?
He gave me both sides.
Okay.
And that was a vivid thing, that even in the documentary he stated that maybe the police won't even like what he said.
He showed his face in this documentary?
He did.
Whoa.
Yes, he did. And that's one of the things that he said was, I'm not sure if I'll become the most popular guy at the station because of this.
Yeah.
Because he talked about, yes, they do stop us for no reason.
Okay.
Yes,
so he said that.
Yes, he did.
Which is something we know.
But it's something we know, but when you hear it off of the officer's mouth now, it becomes a little bit more official.
Official, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm asking you is, conveniently, a lot of people using different sides of the stories, though, seem to be connected and connecting, and then you put the pieces together. So basically, if Mary Jane said X down there and Bob said B down there, somehow they're related some way, because even this officer, I'm feeling the vibe that, you know, he either understands or he knows what's going on.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
And he even told me a story on camera about things that he even went through before he became a police officer.
So let me ask you, was this male officer?
Yes, it's a male officer.
Male officer, African Canadian descent or not?
Jamaican descent.
Jamaican descent.
Yes, and he works for Toronto Metro Police.
Whoa, okay,
yes.
All right. So, you know, in depth in the book, now the reason people have to go out and get this book is the reason why. The stories are truthful, foretelling, direct to the point. Did you get any flack over this book and this documentary?
Oh yeah. I got flack. Of course, man.
Describe some of it.
You should know flack already, how this thing works. Man.
Yeah.
Well, basically with the book, the flack you face is because, I'll be honest, people think I was too young to be writing about something like this. People thought that I looked too young, I was too young to be adapting to these issues. What do I know? I graduated from Humber College Business School, and they said I should have went to school for psychology since I'm writing about empowerment. And I was told, people told me to my face that I don't need to buy this, I'm already empowered. So I faced a lot of flack, and one of the things I tell people is that, listen, Would you rather me rob and thief from you or show you ways of empowering yourself? Which one do you want? You want to look at me and be the stereotype, you want to look at me and be the opposite of the stereotype.
Understood.
And that's when the silence comes in the room, and it's like, definitely. I've said that in many speaking engagements I've done.
Right.
That if you want me to be the opposite, okay, I'll just rob you and done, and take whatever you got, and then you can, hey, typical black man, right? My age, whatever. But I'm giving you the
That's
opposite.
the stigma, what
That's
they give.
the stigma that they give.
is
So
typical black man.
I've destroyed this stigma.
Yeah.
And I'm
like many.
Yeah, many.
Many.
Many have before me have destroyed this stigma, but just like many before me, we can run down the list. The Malcolms, the Martins, the Medgars, all these people who have came with these empowerment, forceful methods of, you know, even though you in there too, DJ Wiz, because, you know, you're a positive energy man, and you've been through this before in many ways, shape, or form. How it is. When you try to do something positive, you think the impact's going to be there, yes, two thumbs up, but people come with the opposite.
What do you think is the biggest downfall of our, how could I say, community-based or cultural-based effort to move forward?
Man, it's easy, man. Jealousy. No, everybody wants to be the top guy. That's it. Everybody wants to be the top guy.
Crab in a barrel.
Yep, everybody wants to be the top guy. I try to tell people all the time, listen, there's things that I'm going to be good at, and there's things that you're going to be good at. But we're not going to all be good at the same things.
Correct.
And that's the whole entire problem. People don't want to see that little small thing, that we have to learn to know that one man can be the leader and people can learn from that person, or one woman can be the leader and we can learn from that person. We can't have 20 leaders going at the same time for the same goal.
Too much chief, not enough, you know,
there's there's be too much conflict there, and that's one of the main stigma that I see, that people just don't want to realize that. Listen, if one person has an agenda and it's already going well, work with that individual and place your input where it's needed to be. You don't have to compete with that person, and especially I talk it the way it is. In Toronto,
yeah, because we don't lie on this show.
No, you don't lie on this show. Okay,
no.
Then fine, I can just be blunt.
Yeah, but not too blunt.
No, I'm not. You know,
it's a family atmosphere.
No,
go ahead. All right.
Rasta now.
All right. Okay.
No. But let me just be honest. The friends and family thing needs to die out now, man. Stop this with this friends and family thing in Toronto. I'm gonna put it right out there. You can support your friends and family, but don't make it look so obvious. Where because you don't know me, you're not gonna support my thing because you don't know me, or you never see me at this event, or you never see me there or see me there. I could be new. I have an email address. Email me. Ask me about my agenda. Ask me about what I'm doing. I give away my cards. I go out there. Don't just generalize a person because you don't know them. Get to know the individual and you'll find out something. And I feel that we in the city of Toronto learn to expand our minds beyond this the little circle of where we're living in, we'll learn great things. Because I tell people a quick story that how me and you first met. Remember me and you first met with?
I don't remember, but go ahead. I don't remember what I wore last week, but that's okay.
Okay. I remember everything, so I'll tell you.
As long as it's good, so you can go ahead.
Well, it's good for you, it was bad for me.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Okay then, see, in 2001, Ninja Rider's sound, my sound system, entered in the Epiphany Clash.
Yes, I remember that.
And Wiz, you were there.
Yes.
I never knew who you were.
No.
But when you went up there, you gave me a musical beatdown, yeah?
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, it was a musical beatdown, and I'm laughing because it was. I still talk about this to this day, but it was something that sparked our friendship.
There we go.
The same night, you came up to me and you told me, you have talent, just keep at it.
2001.
2001.
Remember that? Okay, now I can remember.
See? You told me, say, you give me youth, you have talent, and that's what sparked our friendship. So my point is that, listen, even when you're in a rough situation, when you're not the winner, a man can show you something that you never knew and help you to go forward. So we cannot be trying to just say, okay, let's stay in our own little circles, our own little lanes, and we're going to become successful. You got to expand outside of that.
Let me ask you something. Across the board, empowering through awareness.
Yeah.
Many of our cultures, I mean, I hang on sometimes, I hang with my friends, we're on the corners, they're chilling and we're hanging and we talk, and then you head to an office and friends talk there, and it seems to be a mutual agreement along the same kind of path through our cultures that many people discuss things in private but are afraid to talk in the public view. Do you feel being as upfront as you are and giving them empowerment through awareness, which I guess would have to become as I guess some hitting home facts
Yeah.
What I would say, some hitting home facts. Like many people are probably going to go to this movie now and say, I'm in that situation.
Yeah.
I'm in that thing. But it's hard to change the situation because, you know, listen, honestly, I'm not a big fan of the system, right? I'm not a big fan of it, right? I think they do a lot of things to hurt a lot of people. And I don't mean just our culture. I mean, in general, right? I'm talking mothers and I'm talking fathers. I'm talking males and I'm talking females. The system does a lot of things good and a lot of things bad, right? Now, justified across the board, one word stands out to me as unification.
Yeah.
We don't unify, especially our culture. We don't unify, as per you say, jealousy.
Yes.
Now, I look at jealousy a little bit different than unification, is because many of us will see another culture have 10, 15 people maybe live in one house, and, you know, they all get along and they all try to make it until somebody else makes it. In our culture, boy, 6 people live in a house, one shoes goes missing, everybody, something wrong. To a certain aspect of things, certain aspects. Not all the time. A lot of people can get along. But do you find that going across the board, talking to, you know, I guess, male or female white, male or female black, and of any other Caribbean descent, maybe, you know, African descent, maybe Indian descent, do you find there's a common boundary across all of that, especially when it comes to empowerment through awareness?
Well, in regards to empowerment throughout these different cultures, to be honest with you, every culture that I've seen, that I've experienced with it, even if I'm talking about like Chinese and Indians, even Jewish people, there's that unity there.
Yeah.
They had that strong unity. Because I grew up in a multicultural environment my whole entire life, so I got to meet different nationalities. But the one problem is when they stepped over into the Caribbean, it was a whole different ballgame.
That's where the unification dropped.
That's a whole different ballgame, because there's certain things I even saw in school where my friends were talking about, oh, we have these problems and we're going to go talk to our parents and we're going to go tell our mom and tell our dad. And I'm like, if I told my mom and dad that, man, I don't have a place to live.
You
know,
get beaten.
You get beaten. But they were so like, oh, my mom's going to help me out and this and that. But in our community now, we're always in a mentality where it's like survival of the fittest. Even though we have family, we end up having to turn to friends and co-workers and calling them family, because within our own family, there is no, everybody's watching what the other person's doing, everybody's analyzing what the other person has, rather than saying, okay, let's come together as a unity, as a family, and work towards a common goal.
Listen, it says 7 chapters.
Yes.
Is there a reason you stopped at 7? Because I believe you could go to 11, 15, 20, 21.
We can go to many, many chapters, but I had to zone out as far as what I was seeing and what I was asking people. And when I brought it down, it was like, yo, everywhere I went, those 7 things kept coming up. I didn't choose them on purpose. It was like they just kept coming up in my ears. Oh,
so
family,
the common factor across.
Like, I heard so many families in my head. Oh, family, oh, employment, I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather do this, faith, or the health, you know, like, for money, relations with the police. It was every minute. So I said, you know what, let's zone out.
Let's zone in on this.
And let's see what we can get from there. Yeah?
Tell me, is there a specific stars in the movie, or is there just basic? Is it basically a documentary of what goes on? Let us know, because it happens inside the Yorkwood Theater, 1785 Finch Avenue West, tomorrow night. Give us the times and zone in on the place.
Well, okay, then it's tomorrow night at Yorkwood Library Theater. It's at 1785 Finch Avenue West, and it starts at doors open at 5:30. The film starts at 6 p.m. We have actually Olivia Chow coming in.
You know what? Now you just brought up a whole different world, because you know we've discussed with her about being here.
Okay.
But obviously, I think now I'm being punked still. Like, on the real, I'm very upset with Miss Chow because we've texted, we've called. And no, I could say this: we've texted, we've called, we've gone to the right channels. She's actually answered back, very decent of her, because I really respect a lot of her. I would say, at this point in time, ambition towards being mayor. Yeah. Right? And if you know, a lot of our own culture, we don't really vote, really. But we have a lot to say. Yes. And I think that if we vote, we'd be super dominant in the voting category. That's what my personal opinion is, because I believe across the city, our culture is super, super, super important. Very important, especially to the diversity of this city.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just waiting back still, but up to this point, getting a little, you know, antsy, let's say.
Okay.
So I hope to see her there tomorrow
Yes.
night, and I hope she comes, man, because this is something that's very important to our community. This empowerment through awareness,
Yeah.
the red carpet premiere,
Yeah.
you know, happens when, where, again, is there a price to go in? What's going
No,
on?
it's free, and I want to let everybody know that it is free.
Free.
So I'm saying, come out. The book will be available for purchase. Right.
Right.
My book will be available for purchase, and there'll be vendors there. You'll be able to meet different people. There's a lot of it. You'll be able to meet some of the cast members in the film. Right.
Okay.
So you'll be able to come on and ask questions. There'll be a Q&A. There's gonna be a lot of things to come out to experience that in, because you know at the end of the day, you know, like there's a lot of people. I've mentioned some quick names. I want to give a shout out to Typhoon Sound. They're gonna be in the building tomorrow. DJ Little TV. They're taking out photos. Rayon Brown from the Boys and Girls Club, Jane and Finch. He was instrumental in letting this event happen because he helped me get the venue.
Yes.
Luminous Graphic Design. An artist named by the name of Sense Amelia should be in the building performing. Gold Island Express will be providing the food. So at the end of the day, it's a very positive event to happen there.
It happens Friday, June the 27th,
Yes, tomorrow.
inside the Boys and Girls Club. My bad. It's brought to you by the Boys and Girls
Yeah,
Club.
and NR Entertainment, yeah.
And NR Entertainment inside the Yorkwoods Theater, 1785 Finch Avenue West. Now, can people look out to connect with you online, via phone, via whatever? Let
Yes,
them know.
man, of course. Okay, then you can always feel free to connect with me on my Facebook. That's Joel N.R. Powell. And my Twitter is Joel N.R. Powell. And my YouTube is Joel N.R. Powell. So straight, consistent, right across the board. Yeah? Just go online and Google Joel N.R. Powell. It's all right there.
It's all right there.
Yeah, man. Joel space N.R. Powell. Yeah. Connect with me right there. Website, email, everything. Yeah?
Listen, take this with no disrespect, but I'm happy that I killed your song that night.
Always.
No, I'm happy. No. Listen, man, it's been an honor and pleasure watching you over the years, man. You know, you standing here right now don't know how, especially reminiscing back to 2001 and making every memory come back and seeing how, you know, the business, I would hope that a lot of other selectors would take it like that and understand that, you know, we clash and, you know, we say aggressive things to one another and, you know, one win, one loses. Sometimes I'm a sore loser, sometimes I'm not. But at the end of the day, though, it's good to see that, you know, we could get along and we could watch each other grow. And I have the opportunity here to help you and see you through this thing. And I'm proud of you. Really respect everything that you've done and that you're doing. And I hope that you reach if you could reach President of America or Prime Minister of Canada, I hope, you know, and I pray that God will bless you and guide you along that way, man.
Yes,
all right?
Man. That's very much respected.
You see what I'm saying?
I love for that.
Empowerment through awareness. Red carpet premiere, Yorkwoods Theater, 1785 Finch Avenue West, Friday, June the 27th. It's a free thing. Get used to it. If you need to talk to him, call 416-736-5656. That's 416-736-5656 right now. Talk to Mr. Joel N.R. Powell.
You're listening to CHRY 105.